Have a seat, Captain.
I got a phone call. And Dick said, I want to bring back the Cragen character. I said if he gets more to do, we make him a little edgier, that he's been through some things, and we find what led him to the Special Victims Unit, I'd be really game for that.
I thought you didn't drink.
I don't. Doesn't mean you can't.
Oh, fine.
In an early episode, it may have been the second episode of SVU, I went to Robert Palm with an idea, and I says, you know, what if my wife died? And it took him to a place of such despair, he almost was drinking again, and pulled himself out of it by saying, that's the horrible way to go. Let's do something positive. And the way to do that is to get into something like Special Victims Unit, where, unlike a homicide, your victims are often alive.
I mean, why did he have to do that? I gave him the sex. I wanted him to just leave, but he wanted to talk about all the things that were mine. And I was scared.
We have worked hand in hand and very closely with Special Victims Unit, and everything was run by these people. I think the show has grown and developed. Now it's more about what happens, how it impacts on people, forensics evidence, and again, the law. There was one called Limitations, and that was one that featured me where, you know, the statute of limitations on rape is only 5 years. It's harder to get out of a parking ticket than a rape. And so I saw there were 3 women, and it was coming up to this last 6 days, so we had this timeline we had to work against. And I got 3 women who had been in before to say, I got to get you back up on the stand because I think we can do this. And Cragen came up with the idea to get an arrest warrant for the DNA.
When the precedents were created, no one anticipated these scientific advancements. You are looking at a lot of legal work.
Let me just put it this way, Kathleen. Every time you get into a cab, John Doe 121 might be the driver.
It's very difficult because it works out for some of the women. It doesn't work out for other women. They say, I was raped once and now you did it again. And you're going, oh. You know, I was just doing my job and I was really trying to help. And it's you know, it looks good. You're a hero here and you're a goat here. And people came down on both sides of that. People would stop me on the street saying, what are you thinking?
Tyler?
I'm not going. I don't want to leave. Go upstairs and get changed. I'll call your dad at work.
Stolen, which wonderfully was our highest rated episode. But again, it was one that featured me, and it was about, we find somebody who's stealing babies. And I have everybody on me. Tyler's biological father never consented to the adoption. That nullifies it.
For God's sake, he's our son. You can't just take him away after all these years.
I know how hard this must be for you.
We are the only parents he has ever known. We were a happy family until you came along. How could you do this to us?
You know, there are things like that all the time. Like I say, there's laws, and was justice really served? And it's not always a clear picture, and it's not always a pretty picture.
Tyler, I'm sorry. But what I did today is my job. I didn't want to take you, but I had to because the law says so. But the law also says that I have to protect you from anything bad. And that's a part of my job I like. Okay?
I think it really did create a debate, you know. When is it good police work and when does it become personal? Because I think that's one of the things, the power, when I'm the squad commander, you know, and dealing with command, having to do things you don't want to do. Having to say, I know what you're saying to me, and I'm going to do it anyway. That's it. I'll get out and do it.
No, what really, really scares me, that all you people are concerned about is some lying, murdering sack of crap.
In this country, that lying, murdering sack of crap has rights too, Captain.
Tito, Jill Foster, they're both dead. What about their rights?